What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop. So today we are going to be continuing the discussion on new Pokemon that would be cool to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield, because it doesn't seem like Game Freak wants to talk about it, and talk about fossil Pokemon. Unfortunately, in Generation 7, there were no new fossil Pokemon, which is a bit of a rarity because we almost always get new fossil Pokemon every generation. And even though I am not an expert on English paleontology, I'm pretty sure there is a wealth of extinct animals to pull from that live or did live in the UK, so I feel pretty confident that we will see the return of fossil Pokemon in this game, and they are easily one of my favorite groups of Pokemon to talk about and anticipate the reveal of every time we get a new game. They're just such a unique set of Pokemon that bring something different and fresh to the table with every generation, and in this video I am going to give you guys my top 5 that I would love to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's pretty much all there is to it though, so without any further delay, why don't we go ahead and just get started. Kicking off the list at number 5 would be these two designs of a fish-based fossil Pokemon by Luis Brain on DeviantArt. The reason why I've decided to include these guys on the list is because currently we only have one family of fossil Pokemon that are the water type, and that would be the Tortuga family, and overall I feel like including another water type and including a fish more specifically would give the fossil family some variety that it needs. Game Freak have done a pretty good job of basing the fossil Pokemon on a variety of different extinct animals and not just dinosaurs, but even still I think it's important to maintain that variety and even expand upon it as we get more and more generations of Pokemon. And since we really haven't had a fish fossil Pokemon and we've only had one other water type, I think bringing in something like this would be a great addition to the fossil family, and I think it could work fantastically in the Galar region. Now, up next at number 4 is a concept for a fossil Pokemon that has been thrown around by fans on the internet for a while, and that is the idea that what if there was a fossil Pokemon that upon being revived from its fossil wasn't revived all the way or wasn't revived correctly, and instead of really being based on an animal was just based on the skull and bones of some kind of animal instead and ended up being a rock ghost type. I think the idea of a skeleton-based fossil Pokemon is fantastic because on the one hand, it stays true to the fossil Pokemon formula of being based on extinct animals like you would expect, but then it also throws a new twist to that idea as well, which really could be seen as a very fresh and exciting thing to do, especially since we're now entering into the 8th generation of Pokemon and probably going to hit the 900 mark in terms of the number of Pokemon we have. These two designs by Steve0126 on DeviantArt do a really good job of showing how a skull-based Pokemon could work. Obviously, these two designs do kind of look like a dinosaur, so it gives you that fossil vibe, but then obviously their body is made up in bulk by bones and skulls and other things to really give off that vibe of sort of an old, incomplete Pokemon, a Pokemon that was not revived from the past correctly, and therefore is basically dead and alive at the same time, hence that rock ghost type that you could hypothetically give this type of Mon, and I think a fossil Pokemon that was also part ghost type would once again just be a fascinating and really fresh take on this idea of this group of Pokemon, and so it's something that I would absolutely love to see. In at the number 3 spot, we have another water-type fossil Pokemon, and this time it would be this particular design by SmileyFakemon on DeviantArt. Now, I really do think we need another water-type fossil Pokemon just for the sake of variety. That's why I've included 2 on this list, but the reason why this one comes in at number 3 in particular is because this one is just flat out cool. This guy is based on the Diplocalus, and it just has a vibe of looking like an old ancient Pokemon, which fits fossil Pokemon perfectly, but it also just looks really cool, strong, and something that you wouldn't want to get in the way of if you came across it either in the past or in the present in its revived form. One thing about fossil Pokemon that is important to accomplish with every iteration is making them look kind of different or ancient to reflect their status as, well, old ancient Pokemon brought back to life. And I think this design does that perfectly, and at the same time it also does a fantastic job of representing its two types, because of course as a fossil Pokemon it's going to be part rock type, but naturally it's also part water type as well, and I believe the rocky-esque nature of its body, combined with the fact that it's obviously like a sea serpent type of creature, just is phenomenally well done in this design. It blends those two factors together perfectly, and I just think this is a fantastically well done Pokemon design, and something like this would be amazing to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now at number 2, I've got one that I am sure you were not expecting for a fossil Pokemon, because that would be a fossil Pokemon based on a Gargoyle. Now I know that this is a black sheep type of pick, but let me go ahead and explain myself here. As I said with the skeleton-based fossil Pokemon at number 4, I think it would be really refreshing and entertaining to see Game Freak do something different with the fossil Pokemon formula. As of right now, 7 generations into Pokemon and 5 generations that have featured fossil Pokemon, they have simply been based on extinct animals, and that's not a bad thing by any means, because that's literally the point of fossil Pokemon. But now that we are in Generation 8, we're over 20 years into the Pokemon franchise, I feel like fossil Pokemon could benefit a lot from Game Freak trying something different with them and just approaching the whole concept of these type of Pokemon from a completely different angle. And that is where the idea of a Gargoyle fossil Pokemon comes into play, because I feel like this would work really well, especially in the Galar region, for this new and different fossil Pokemon approach. Gargoyles made their name and their fame for the most part in medieval architecture, and even though that isn't as far back as, say, the dinosaur age, I still feel like it is far enough back to justify a fossil Pokemon. Gargoyles are known for protecting the buildings that they are a part of, so imagine a Pokemon based on a Gargoyle that literally did just that. In the medieval times of the Pokemon world, these Pokemon would protect the cities and towns of the Galar region, but eventually they died out, maybe because the people didn't need them to protect them anymore, or maybe they got hunted out by some type of predator. This would also do a good job of referencing the history of the Gargoyle itself, because even though at one point they were used pretty significantly in architecture, they aren't really that way anymore, or at least not to that same extent. So not only would it give justification for it being a fossil Pokemon, but it would also reference the actual history of the creature at the same time, so it's honestly a win-win. Also, the Gargoyles appeared a lot in European architecture specifically, so the Galar region would be a perfect fit for this type of thing, and I would really like to see Game Freak try something different like this for fossil Pokemon in Sword and Shield. And at the number 1 spot, we have this design of a dinosaur-based fossil Pokemon by Smiley Fakemon on DeviantArt. Now, I know it's kind of ironic that the number 2 pick was a different approach to what Game Freak could do with fossil Pokemon, whereas this one is a completely traditional one, but I absolutely cannot deny that this particular design literally looks like it came straight from a Pokemon game. This guy is based on a Pteranodon, but rather than having the bird-like head and beak of a Pteranodon, Smiley has opted to give this guy what looks to be more of a long neck type of head and neck, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. It's just that small little tweak to the basis of the Pokemon itself that really gives this guy the official Pokemon look, and blended with the body of a Pteranodon, I think it makes for a perfect combination, and this just looks like an absolutely phenomenal Pokemon that I would love to see in an official Pokemon game. This guy is also based on a dinosaur that we really haven't seen made into a Pokemon yet, and even though Aerodactyl being based on a Pterodactyl is probably kind of close, they obviously look completely different appearance-wise, and overall, this is a guy that really just belongs in a Pokemon game. It's just that fantastic in my own opinion, so hopefully in Pokemon Sword and Shield, we can get something similar, and we can see some fossil Pokemon that look as good as this one does. So there we have it, everybody. Now, I know we are only one generation without fossil Pokemon at this point, but when you think about it, the last time we got fossil Pokemon was literally in 2013 when X and Y came out, so it's been a whopping 6 years since we've seen any new ones, so I think it's about time we get some more, and I really hope we do indeed get fossil Pokemon in Sword and Shield. If you guys enjoyed the video though, be sure to give it a like, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of these picks, what fossil Pokemon you would like to see, or if you even want to see fossil Pokemon in these games at all. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more new Pokemon content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and if you enjoy what you see here and you want to support the channel further, consider checking me out on Spotify, giving me a follow there, and listening to some of my remixes, because that is by far the easiest way to directly support the channel and the production of future videos down the line, and honestly, it makes all of the difference in the world and is greatly appreciated. So if you're already doing it or you're thinking about doing it, thank you so much. With all of that being said though, I will be back on Tuesday for another video, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you can be notified as soon as it goes live. And with all of that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you know I love you all, and until the next one, I will smell you guys later.